Greetings everyone, I am Nuha Sakinah Binti Adlan Zulkurnain, and today I will present my research titled Thematic Analysis on Development of a Land Regularization Framework for Unauthorized Lots in Land Administration. So, here are the background of study. Unauthorized lot is an informal subdivision of agricultural land that does not adhere to the specifications established by the National Land Code 1965. So the buyers often obtain an informal document such as a letter of trusteeship instead of a registered document of title. This situation has severe implications such as heirs cannot inherit the lands or are not entitled to compensation if the state acquires the land. Although awareness of the issues had increased, most existing studies remain descriptive and fail to propose a practical framework for policymakers or land office. So, my objectives are to develop a land regularization framework for unauthorized lots based on thematic analysis. So, for methodology, this study utilized a qualitative research design. This approach allows for a deep exploration of stakeholders' perspective and the complex legal realities of land administrations. So, purposive sampling was employed to select 7 key stakeholders, including land administrators and policymakers. This ensures that the data reflects diverse and authoritative experience in the field. Data were collected through semi-structured interviews to identify recurring challenges and administrative gaps. These interviews provide the verbatim insight necessary for a grounded thematic analysis. So, ethical integrity was a priority and formal approval was obtained from the institution prior to any interview data collections. So our 7 respondents include licensed land surveyors and government officers from various departments. Their expertise ranges from 6 to over 20 years, providing a robust foundation for our findings. So the systematic analysis begins with extracting verbatim quotation from the interview transcript. This step ensures that the final results are strictly grounded in the raw data provided by the stakeholder. Next, keyword were identified to highlight the core essence of the statement. This keyword acts as the bridge between raw text and more structured categorization. The descriptive codes were then assigned to this keyword to group similar ideas and simplify the data. So these codes were synthesized into 4 major themes guided by the principle of data saturation to ensure sufficient depth of information. Finally, these thematic were reframed as pillars for a proposed land regularization framework. This transition moved the data from a descriptive state to a prescriptive policy solutions. The first theme, statutory informal disjunction, identifies a shadow ownership system created by trustee and NLC breaches. This led to the legal harmonization pillar, which focused on amending Section 115 and controlling informal documents. The second theme highlights a technical standard incompatibility, specifically the mismatch between the 20-foot versus actual road 40-foot statutory mandates. Our infrastructure compliance pillar seeks to bridge this gap to ensure public safety. I also identified institutional constraint and fragmented authority where rigid mandates and unpaid taxes create administrative impasse. This governance integration pillar aims to clarify agency roles and coordinate municipal service. Finally, reactive administrative pragmatism acknowledges the current use of discretion and widening to manage socio-economic realities. The adaptive implementation pillar formalized this process into a structured approach. So here are the final framework components. The first is legal harmonization, infrastructure compliance, governance integration, and lastly, adaptive implementation. So, in conclusion, this study has reframed four critical thematic challenges into a systematic roadmap for policymakers. This proposed framework provides the necessary pillars to effectively regularize unauthorized light in Malaysia. It is recommended that future research focus on the quantitative validation of this framework component. This should involve expert evaluation and broader case studies to ensure practical implementation. So thank you for your attention. I would like to express my sincere appreciation to my supervisor and all respondents who contributed their valuable insights to this research.